Mitchell definitely isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, so I can definitely see him going for takedowns. Did beat John Jones, which is a crazy feat. Get the win technically, but everybody knows that he won. He's kind of fallen in love with his hands, and if he decides to strike with Van, I think he'll be in trouble because Van, he's a clean boxer. What's up, boys? Here to break down UFC 310, Pantoja versus Asakura. I'm a bit sick, so the energy might be pretty low, but let's get into it. First fight up, Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Lukasz Brzeski. Kennedy, he's got a big advantage, 5-inch reach advantage, moving up from 205. He looked pretty good. He's faster than Brzeski. He's more technical. I think he should be better than him everywhere. Brzeski, his punches are a bit swingy, slow reaction time. He should be probably a 205er, but then even in 205, he might be a little too slow. I don't know necessarily if he's UFC worthy, but I think Nzechukwu beats him by dominant fashion. Medium high confidence in the pick, medium high confidence in this fight going finish, and I think Nzechukwu is going to knock him out in the first round. Next fight up, Clay Guida versus Chase Hooper. Guida, he's a UFC Hall of Famer. He's got a lot of energy. He's a crazy man, but I'd say he's definitely on his way out. Chase Hooper, he's a dangerous grappler. He looked great in his last fight against Borishev. I was pretty confident in Borishev, but he smoked him, dropped him, and dominated him the whole time. He's crazy flexible, which makes his grappling a lot better just because he can get into positions you probably don't think he can. He's a wild man too, and he's honestly just improving everywhere. He joined the UFC pretty young, and I'd say the odds really show that he is favored to win this pretty dominantly, probably by finish. I think that Chase Hooper wins this fight with medium-high confidence. Low confidence in this fight going finish, but I do think that Hooper will find the submission in the first round. Next fight up, Michael Chiesa versus Max Griffin. I'd say Chiesa, he's a good grappler. He needs to fight on the ground to find his best success because on the feet he's not the best, but he keeps his distance really far, so it's really hard to hit as well. Max Griffin, he's an okay striker who bounces around a lot. I'd say he can get taken down, which is why I'm favoring Chiesa in this fight, but Max Griffin is tough. He can definitely grit out something. Low medium confidence in the pick, medium confidence in this fight going decision, and the pick is going to be Chiesa by decision. Next fight up, Cody Durden versus Joshua Van. Durden, I'd say he's a good wrestler who has good forward pressure. He's tough, but recently in his fights, I'd say he's kind of fallen in love with his hands. And if he decides to strike with Van, I think he'll be in trouble because Van, he's a clean boxer with high volume and he's young, so he's constantly improving. If Durden comes out with a wrestling game plan and tries to take down Van, I feel like he can definitely easily win by just chain wrestling and going for takedowns, getting Van tired. But Van, he gets better as the fight goes on. I'd say his striking is a lot better than Durden's, and he definitely can find a knockout here if Durden tries to strike with him the whole fight. I do think that Durden won't necessarily come out with a wrestling game plan just because he has been getting a lot of improvements in his hands. But if he goes with a wrestling game plan, he can definitely win this fight. Pick is going to be Van, low confidence in this fight going decision, and the prediction is going to be Van by decision. Next fight up, Chris Weidman versus Eryk Anders. Weidman, he's an ex-champ who's a good wrestler, but I'd say he definitely isn't the same as he was when he was champ, or definitely doesn't have the same after that leg break. Anders, he looks for takedowns. He's kind of a journeyman. He kind of wins one, loses one. He doesn't have any big wins. He could be a bit chinny. He got dropped in his last fight against Jamie Pickett, which that guy isn't really good. I'd say if Anders wins this fight, this Weidman is going to be his best win, but I feel like Weidman, he's just too experienced. Been at a higher level before, and even him wilted and diminished, I'd say that he still gets this win. I think his wrestling is better. I think that he can find better success on the feet, and I say that he'll just grind out a decision. The pick is going to be Weidman, low medium confidence in this fight going decision, and the prediction is going to be Weidman by decision. Next fight up, Randy Brown versus Bryan battle. I'd say Brown, he's a clean striker who's fast. He likes fighting rangy and he finds his distance really well, but I'd say both these guys are evenly matched with their advantages because both of them are long, both of them are rangy, and both of them are pretty tall. I'd say Bryan battle, he's a finisher. He's dangerous everywhere on the feet and on the ground. I'd say he has fallen in love with his hands. He's getting a lot better and he's improving his striking a lot. I think that he actually will find a knockout win just because Brown, he definitely gets hit, and I'd say Battle has faced people who have a long reach. Brown really hasn't fought anybody who has a reach that he has or anybody close to him. So I think that Battle will find more success on the feet. The pick is going to be Battle, low confidence, medium confidence in this fight going finish, and the prediction is going to be Battle by first round knockout. Next fight up, Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling. Evloev, he's an elite wrestler who goes for takedowns, and he's really tough. If he gets put in a submission, he definitely gets out of it. And I'd say that Aljamain Sterling, he is an elite fighter. He's been a champion before, and he has a dangerous ground game. I think that this fight is just dependent on if Evloev can get the takedowns, and I believe that he can, but this is definitely the biggest step up for Evloev. Aljamain Sterling is no walk in the park. He's a really good fighter, and I think his move up to featherweight has been better for him. The pick is going to be Movsar Evloev. Low confidence in the pick, medium confidence in this fight going decision, and the prediction is going to be Evloev by decision. Next fight up, Vicente Luque versus Themba Gorimbo. Luque, he's a finisher. I'd say that this fight for him is kind of do or die. If he loses to Gorimbo, I think that he should call it quits. In his last fight against Buckley, I'd say he kind of gave up. He didn't really look like he was hurt. He recently had a brain bleed as well, so it's kind of dependent on if he's still himself. I'm not really sure, but if he is himself and he's still that top level guy, I think he can definitely beat Gorimbo pretty easily. Gorimbo, he looks for takedowns. He's fast. He has some power, but I'd say that this is a big step up for Gorimbo. He hasn't really faced anybody at the level of Luque. Luque at the top of his career was like top 5 or close to that. I'd say Gorimbo, if he beats him, it would be a really good win. And I actually do think that he beats him, just being the more urgent fighter. And I'd say that Gorimbo, he has a game plan of getting takedowns and you'll stick to it. And Luque, he definitely can get taken down. He looks a lot slower. I do think that him being a lot slower give Gorimbo opportunities to find that shot, just because I think that he is a lot faster, just because Luque, I feel like he's kind of lost it. He's not really himself. The pick is going to be Gorimbo. No confidence in the pick, no confidence in this fight going finish, and the prediction is going to be Gorimbo by first round knockout. Next fight up, Anthony Smith versus Dominick Reyes. Smith, he's a UFC vet. He's been around in the UFC for a long time. He's got a crazy amount of fights, but I'd say that he kind of is inconsistent. He kind of needs takedowns in this fight, because I think if he decides to strike with Dominick Reyes, he's going to lose. Dominick Reyes is the cleanest striker. He's a good striker. He's got power, but I'd say that he isn't really trustable either, just because he is chinny. He was on a 3 knockout loss in a row. He did beat Jon Jones, which is a crazy feat. Didn't get the win technically, but everybody knows that he won. Reyes should be better on the feet. I think this fight will be on the feet. Recently, Smith has been going through it just because his mentor and lifetime coach did recently die, so I think that will definitely take an effect in this fight. Prediction is going to be Reyes, low confidence in this fight going decision, and the prediction is going to be Reyes by decision. The main card opener, Nate Landwehr versus Doo Ho Choi. Landwehr, he's dog tough. He's probably the definition of dog. He's always in it. Even if he gets cracked, even if he gets dropped, he's still fighting for your money. He's dangerous and he has good output. Definitely makes sense why the odds are close, but I'd say Doo Ho Choi, he's really patient. I think he's going to be the cleaner striker in this matchup. He's powerful himself, but the only worry is that he definitely does get cracked as well. He has a wishy-washy chin. I feel like he definitely can take a lot of punishment, but he's been knocked out before. I'd say that him being the cleaner striker and more technical, being patient, will find him more success on the feet. Landwehr definitely bangs a bit. He definitely gets cracked a lot. He's been dropped multiple times. He is dog tough, but I feel like Doo Ho Choi will find the shot just by being patient, selecting his shots. Pick is going to be Doo Ho Choi, low confidence in this fight going finish, and the prediction is going to be Doo Ho Choi by second round knockout. Next fight up, Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. Mitchell, he's a really good wrestler who has decent striking, but I wouldn't say that it's anything to snuff about. He needs to keep this fight standing because Kron Gracie, he has elite jiu-jitsu. He has no takedowns to get the fight to the ground. He's really got no striking, I'd say. Kron Gracie, I don't know if he's an MMA fighter. I don't know. He definitely isn't worthy to be fighting Bryce Mitchell. He definitely isn't worthy to be on the main card. His last name is legendary, but I'd say he definitely can get the win by finding something on the ground, because Mitchell definitely isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, so I can definitely see him going for takedowns, bringing the fight to the ground. But if he keeps this fight standing, I think that it should definitely be an easy win for Mitchell. He is higher level. I think that there definitely is a possibility of him getting caught, but I don't really think so. So the pick is going to be Mitchell, medium high confidence, low medium confidence in this fight going decision, and the prediction is going to be Mitchell by decision. Next fight up, Ciryl Gane versus Alexander Volkov. They fought before. Gane is very technical. He's got great distance control, and his 2 losses are only coming to Francis Ngannou and Jon Jones. So the losses aren't bad, and he's only lost the top level guys in heavyweight or champs. Alexander Volkov, he's a technical striker who's powerful, but I'd say he needs takedowns in this fight, and he doesn't really go for takedowns. He's not going to be able to outpoint Gane in any world. I don't really see that. The only thing I can maybe see is Volkov finding the knockout blow. But I'd say Volkov, I like him a lot, but I don't really see him winning this fight at all. Gane, I think he should be able to just piece him up on the feet like he did in their first fight. Gane is a really good striker. Maybe his ground game is the bit that's lacking, but I'd say Volkov isn't going to capitalize on that. So the pick is going to be Gane, medium confidence, low medium confidence in this fight going decision, and the prediction is going to be Gane by decision. Next fight up, the co-main event, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Garry. Rakhmonov, he has all finishes. He has really good forward pressure, and he's dog tough. He can take a beating. He can take a lot of onslaught. Ian Machado Garry, he's very technical, and he's got great distance control. A lot of people are liking him in this matchup, and I think that the odds might be a little bit wide, but Rakhmonov, he kind of breaks everybody. He keeps walking forward. He's kind of a zombie that takes punishment, but he brings it back. I think that in this fight, he will just look for a wrestling game plan. I think that he'll clinch up with him a lot, look for takedowns. Even though Garry has great distance control, he definitely gets backed up against the cage, and I think that's where Rakhmonov will capitalize. He'll just clinch up with him, look for the takedowns, and I think that he'll end up finding the submission by getting into the ground, breaking him. In the later rounds, I think he'll find the submission. You can definitely see Garry finding success by just keeping this on the outside and pointing his way to a decision. But I'd say Rakhmonov, his forward pressure is too good. I think he'll definitely be able to clinch up with Garry, get his hands on him, and find the takedown. The low medium confidence in the pick, low confidence in this fight going finish, and the prediction is going to be Rakhmonov by third round submission. Next fight up, the main event, Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. Pantoja, I'd say he's a dog of dogs. He definitely fights for your money. He can take a big onslaught. He's never been finished. He looks for takedowns, and he's got good submissions. I think that he just grinds everybody down. He is just the definition of grind, of heart, of everything. I'd say Kai Asakura, he's a bit unknown. He's only fought really in rings, so he hasn't really faced people in a cage. He is a finisher. He definitely gets cracked, but he's got some nasty knees. I'd say that he definitely has power, and he definitely has the ability to knock out Pantoja, because Pantoja definitely gets cracked himself. He is a dog, but to be a dog, you kind of have to take a big onslaught and survive that. But I think that Pantoja, he's just got too much heart. He's got too much will. He's got too much everything. So give me Pantoja. Low medium confidence in the pick. Low medium confidence in this fight going finish. I think that Pantoja will knock him out just because Kai Asakura gets cracked a lot. And I think that he could gas in later rounds. So give me Pantoja by third round knockout. That's going to be my breakdown on UFC 310, Pantoja versus Asakura. Thanks for watching.